Hey guys, it's Shanna. We are going to do AVR to Sylvia at Runic Tarot's What's in My Bag and blindly ranking them. So I actually didn't watch any of the tags before I watched Rahele over at Amethyst Ascension's video, and she had so much fun with it, and I just decided that I needed to do it. So I asked my husband to pick 10 decks and add them to this lovely lemon bag. And so yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I have not seen them. I have no idea which ones he picked. And he went through multiple locations of my decks, so I have no idea what's what. So now that I've started all this, I forgot that I should get a piece of paper so we can write this down. Okay. Okay. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I did watch a few videos before I saw Rahele's, but regardless, until I saw hers, I had not decided to do it. So let's get started. I'm gonna move all my stuff so I don't tip over things. Okay, not looking. All right, the Runic Tarot. Okay, so the story with this deck is that I wanted to dig deeper into runes and Norse folklore, so that was this deck, and I loved it. Loved it. This I didn't buy new. I bought secondhand, and I do still love it. However, there was a person that I met at a tarot group, and I convinced them to get this deck because they were also into runes and Norse, you know, folklore and myths and all of that. And they did. They finally, you know, went out and bought the deck. And the next time I saw them, they said that the deck reminded them of some video game. World of Warcraft? I can't remember. I don't think it was that because I've played World of Warcraft and I don't think it was that. But ever since then, I cannot look at this the same. It just feels like a video game to me and I can't take it seriously. So I guess, I mean, it is beautiful and it's not one that I'll be getting rid of. So this is definitely a forever deck, I imagine. But as far as ranking it, I'm going to put it let's put it at 7. Seems like a nice, safe, mediocre spot. I don't think there's anything that I personally find, you know, unappealing about it. All I see is video game now. So hopefully one day that will wear off and I can come back to using it because I do really like it. Whoever I bought this from secondhand edged it. Does not come this way, just FYI. So, and that's the back. So yeah, the Runic Tarot. Next up, we have, ooh, the Tyldwick. Okay, this one's going to be high. I do love this one. Firstly, I love the cardstock. It's that rough sort of feel like it's the same cardstock that the Outlaw Oracle is. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like that's what it is. So this is the 10th anniversary. This is not the original, in case anybody cares. But I do enjoy this deck. My only issue, and it's small and kind of a me thing, is that I don't generally like decks, the art that feels sort of muddy, where sort of the images are blended into each other, or like they're behind a filter of some kind, but I make an exception for this one because it is such an evocative, like, imagery and concept, just being in this abandoned mansion. And I just think that sort of draws you into it, so I make an exception. So for this one, I'm going to put this solidly at I'm going to put this at 2. I'm not quite ready to commit to 1. There's the backs. But I feel good at putting this at 2. That's the Tyldwick. Once we're done with these, I will put them in order in the way that I would put them in order if I'd seen them all at the same time. So, all right, next. Okay, Cursed Auguries. This is one that I have zero regrets in getting, but have not really ever used. The cardstock's really cool. It's like a linen. It's very thin, like very thin, but it shuffles beautifully. It's a pip deck. It is kind of hard to get. The creator, I don't know how that happened. The creator brings it in and out of print. So if it's one that you want, you know, I don't know. I was going to say I don't recommend spending a ton of money to get it secondhand, but I don't know whether or not the creator will be bringing it back or not. No idea. So do what you got to do. Okay, so first of all, if you've been here a minute, you know I don't like spiders. And that doesn't really bother me about this deck, but it makes me uncomfortable. How about that? Like, I love these. The moon, the star. I don't mind that it's a pip deck. I don't mind that. I love the skulls. The frog eggs kind of gross me out. Like, that's gross. I don't know. I don't like that. This doesn't bother me. That's pretty gross to me. I don't really like snails. I like spiders less than I like snails, but that's gross to me. I don't know. So I just haven't really found a use for this deck, I think. This is probably also another forever deck just because it's too pretty to let go. But, like, okay. I guess I should have warned you, like, trigger warning and all that, but I think the one that bothers me the most, here it is probably. Yeah, that's so disgusting. That's gross. So I don't use the deck. I feel like this is one that would be very specific for some kind of something, but I've not found that something yet. So I'm going to put this, because I don't really have any decks in my collection that I don't like. Let me rephrase this. I don't have any decks in my collection that I don't like that I think my husband probably looked through, because there's a couple drawers that he may not have opened. So I'm going to take a risk and I'm going to put this guy at 10, because I do have a purgatory drawer that he may or may not have gone through, and he's home. So there you go. All right. How do I spell that? A-U-G. All right, solidly in space 10. Okay, remembering the Sweet Fool. I do like this one a lot, a lot. This one just came in my collection probably December or January, maybe February. I don't remember. This is one that I had intended to back on Kickstarter. Had it in the, you know, I guess in the cart up until the very last minute. And then I was that guy and I backed out. And regretted it not too long after. So once the creator put it in their Etsy shop, I did go get it. Zero regrets. Honestly, the only thing I think that's weird about this deck are these figures. I don't really get it. I appreciate it, the concept. I like the write-ups, you know, all of the poetry for each of the cards. But I kind of don't get it. And I don't understand why there are multiple figures of this throughout. Doesn't prevent me from using it, but it throws me. Like queens and high priestesses. I don't know, like what is it? You know? Justice, Three of Hills. I don't know, it's weird. So this one I'm going to put, I actually really enjoy using this one. But I wouldn't say necessarily more so than Tyldwick. Question mark. This is one with, like I said, poems for each card. Okay, let's put this at a solid number 3. Okay, next we have Paulina Tarot, the one that I do not have unwrapped. That's funny. Okay, so this guy, I do have this, an unwrapped version of this. I bought this because my open version was one of my, well, it was my first deck that I bought when I kind of came back to tarot a few years ago, and I threw away the box. So since then, you know, with collectibles and all of that, I decided to get a version that I could have the box for. So I don't really need to open it because, like I said, I have one. But, man. Okay, well, that's a bummer because I probably would have put this one. I probably would have put this at 2. I probably would have put it before Remembering the Sweet Fool. Do I dare put it in 1? I'm going to go ahead and put it in 4. Only because I feel, oh, geez. Yeah, I'm going to put it in 4. I almost felt bad doing this, like it knows, like I'm reading it and it's just going to get its feelings hurt. Okay. Next. Okay. Oceanum Arcana. Yes. Love this one. This is my ocean deck, my one and only ocean deck. It has a nice, it's not quite as scratchy as the other as Tyldwick, but has a nice matte. I love this one for the ocean. It's perfect. When we go to the coast, I love the deep tones. I love the moodiness of it without being dark or spooky, you know? I'm just not a dark and spooky tarot kind of person. And I love Taylor's art. Okay, so this, I feel like this cannot fit in the first spot only because it's very specific and I only use it at the coast. So we're going to put it in number 5. Do I want it in 5? Maybe I'll put it in 8. Let's do 8 because I feel like there might be others that don't have quite such a specific job. Totally spying on the neighbors right now. Oops. Okay. Aw, the garden dragons. This is easily a top 5 oracle for me. It's funny, when he came to pick the decks, I yelled up at, I was downstairs, he came upstairs, and I yelled that he could get tarot or oracle, and he said, okay, I don't know the difference. So I feel like this challenge definitely could have been tarot specific or oracle specific, which I think would have made it easier, just because I feel like oracle has a different pocket versus tarot, but so even though this is a top 5 oracle for me, I still kind of don't want to rank it. I'm not doing a very good job of showing these, am I? I don't think I want to rank it as number 1 out of these. If it was oracle specific, I probably would put it in the number 1 slot. And this Field Guide to Garden Dragons, this is kind of where I got my idea for my Little Bird Tarot, just the concept of having a field guide. I thought that was cool. Like, they've got field notes. I didn't do like specific habitat, mystical meaning, that I mean, within Little Bird Tarot's write-up, I did have these 2 aspects, but I just didn't have like specific, I guess paragraphs for it. We've got the garbage truck outside now. But yeah, I love this one. It's fun. It gives a little write-up on the dragon's appearance and then where it lives, and then the field notes. And that is the part, I believe, mystical meaning is the part that sort of gives you that divinatory meaning. So yeah. Okay, so let's put this at number 5. I'm not quite ready to commit to number 1. That is the Field Guide to Garden Dragons by US Games. There's a little neighbor boy across the street and he's hiding behind the mailbox while this person is getting their mail, as if this person can't see him. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but it's cute. Also, the person has 0 interest in playing. He's just there for his mail. Okay. Next. Oak, Ash, and Embers. Took me a second. It's funny. I already know I'm going to put this in. I'm ready to put this in number 1. But it's funny because I don't use this deck that often. Which is a funny thing to say because we have so many decks. Like, how often can you use each one, right? But yeah, this fits solidly in number 1 for me. To see it ranked any lower would make me sad. This is beautiful. My favorite thing about this deck is the fact that when I bought it, I used it a few times and was frustrated by it because I couldn't shuffle it and deemed it unshuffleable. And then last year sometime I pulled it out because I really like it and realized it was a bad shuffle, but realized that I think 2 things. My hands were not strong enough to shuffle a deck, you know, that was this sturdy, I guess. And 2, just in general, my hands were not used to shuffling because it is entirely shuffleable. So I do use this. This is a fall deck for me for sure. I don't think this really falls into a month. Although if I was going to put it into a month, it might actually be November. That's for another time. That's another video. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in number 1. Oak, Ash, and Thorn. Okay, you've got 6 and 9 left. Okay. This one, okay, I know which one this one is. Can never remember the name of it. Yeah, Tarot of Unknown Shadows. So this, I probably would have put this in 10, but that's okay. This deck I got for a trade. It was at a tarot trade table at the Northwest Symposium when I met up with, it was a meetup that Lisa Pepez and Dawn Michelle put together. I think it was almost 3 years ago now, I believe. So this is kind of what I'm talking about as far as like muddy images. Like it's hard to see what you're looking at. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of gold gilding like within the image. But you know, when I picked it up, I was so excited. It was one I had seen and was curious about. It's just not, it's not for me. This was in my purgatory drawer, so yeah. It's just so dark, like, I don't know. Some of these are very pretty, like that's really pretty. That's weird. I'm being really rude right now. So, yeah. I don't think I've ever used, that's not true. I think I've used this for 1 or 2 readings and have since decided it is not for me. Nice gilded edges, beautiful backs, nice rose petal finish book. It's got multiple languages in here. Each one, you know, you get a little write-up with a keyword, which is nice. Okay. So we're going to put this one in number 9. last deck is, oh, okay, Tarot of Echoes. Interesting. Okay. This will be in slot 6. I do enjoy this deck. I've pulled it out a couple of times. It's very classic Anatorian. I enjoy it. I enjoy the colors. So yeah, this will go into slot 6. I don't like this card. This is a weird card to me. I don't like that guy's face. Like, why does he look like that? I don't know. That's a weird thing. And I hope Anatoria never watches this and hears me say that, because rude. But I like all the other cards. Like, all their other faces are normal. Anyway. Okay, so this will go in 6. And then let's rank the way I would have ranked them had I seen them all at the same time. Perfect. Number of lines. Okay, Oak, Ash, and Thorn will be number 1 still. Then I think we'll do Paulina second. Let's do Tyldwick second. Then Paulina. And then the Sweet Fool. Okay. I think everything else will be the same. No, that's not true. Okay, let's do Field Guide. To Dragons. Tarot of Echoes. And then we'll do Oceanum. Arcanae. And then Runic. Yeah, let's do Cursed Auguries, because that's one I'll likely keep. Whereas the Unknown Shadows is not one I intend to keep. Okay, so that's that. I will tag both Rahele and Sylvia down below. Definitely recommend going to watch their videos. Rahele's was a good time to watch. So yeah, if you are interested, definitely give this one a try, and I'm excited to watch if you do. So I will catch up with you guys next week. See you then. Bye.